Howdy folks, how we going? Welcome to the brewery. Today I'm looking up this fella. This is very new. This is a extract kit from Naronian brew shop, new shop in Nowra. I've discussed it on videos previously. Chris down there, the owner, gave me a call a while back. I've been a customer of Chris's through the home brew shop, or the brew shop in Nowra previously, where he was, I think he was managing the shop. He's gone out on his own a couple of months back, and he was having trouble getting hold of kit extracts, the tins, which are a big part of the business of a home brew shop. And he asked me to pop in, when I was down the area, because obviously it's 4.5 hours away. I drop in there and I go down the coast to the cabin, and I pick up some gear. So he asked me to come in and have a bit of a chat about ways he could get around that. We had quite a long conversation. I was there for about 2 hours, and that conversation directed on where I was talking about the easy extract kits that I've been doing, or the easy extract brewing, and how I was getting really good beers out of that. And in that process, Chris got around to the idea of this. That is essentially partial mash. So the grains in this beer are mashed, hopped, boiled, and put in there. Now, that is not concentrated in any way. That is the pure form of the mash. So exactly the same if I was to do, essentially if I was to do an easy extract brew and I steep my grains and then boil my hops, that's about what I'm left with. There's about a litre, about 1.4 litres in there going off the actual weight, which is similar to what you get after that process in that extract method, before adding your dry ingredients and mixing it all up. So essentially what we've got here is that partial mash and dry extract without you having to do the mashing. So what that means is that grain steeping hops, dry malt, mixed with dry malt, a little bit of dextrose, that is specifically blended for the beer in choice. Go into the fermenter, very easily, mix up and make your beer. To me, this is absolutely fantastic. And this is the first time I've tried it. I don't know if anybody's actually got a brew completed on this stuff yet. They've only been out for, might be 2.5 weeks since he's actually done the first kit of this up. The first one was the Cerveza. This is a wheat beer. And I said I was down the coast for a week, and I've been home for about the same. So this is today's the first chance I've got the brew, so I already had beers in the ferment fridge. So I'm putting these down today. So I don't know how they've gone. I'm really excited about this, because this, for me, like I said, I've done the 2 easy extract brews so far. I've done the New Zealand Pale Ale with the Nectaron. I've done the done a wheat ale, and both have been very good beers. Both drink really nice. I've got a Schwartz beer in the fridge, cold crashing at the moment. It'll go into the keg in a couple of days' time, using the same method with actually me steeping the grains here. So I'm really excited to see how this goes for a couple of reasons. One, and I think the most important reason is this has very good potential of getting rid of twang for kit brewers. And two, that's the second point. This is as easy, and I think it's going to be easier than doing a kit beer, because there's some water in the fermenter, dump this stuff in and mix it up. You haven't got to heat this up in a sink of hot water. You don't need to scrape the goo out of the tin. You don't need to rinse the tin out. Let's just dump and mix. So that is a fantastic thing, because obviously the biggest thing stopping extract brewers going any further with their brewing or making their beer any better is the time involved in taking those steps. The time's been done for you. So you're essentially still kicking kilo to some degree. That's your kit. That's your kilo, even though there's a bit over 2 kilos in there. And I don't know exactly what that mix is. This is, I said it's a blend that Chris makes up for each different beer. They're all different. But I'm going to get this on. Simple. I've got 16 litres of water in here. You've probably noticed I added just a little bit of sodium met and a little bit of ascorbic acid just to get rid of the nasties in the water. That's it. I'm not adding any chemicals. I'm not adding any mineral adjustments or anything like that. Just going to run this straight tap water. Exactly the same as you're going to do it at home. So we can see how we go. Everything is obviously cleaned, sanitised. So we start with our pouch. Now, I'm going to give this a good bloody mix up first, because it has settled. There's hops and stuff that have settled to the bottom of that bag, which is going to happen over time. And I have had this in the fridge. No reason why you couldn't just keep this on the shelf, but I just felt a little bit better having it in the fridge in a bit more of a stable environment. But yeah, really shouldn't matter. But I want to mix this up because I said there's hops and everything in there, so I want to make sure I've got all that stuff in here, because that's concentrated flavour right there. Same as getting your bloody extract tin and rinsing it out. Get everything, every last drop out of there. Now, I'm just going to put it. These are double sealed. They're vacuumed. They've got to see part of the process to get a little bit of this fluid up here in top. Now, this is completely sealed. Chris was just a little concerned that is that going to cause some sort of problem. I don't see how it possibly would, but his thinking was if we cut the package underneath the seal, so you're not getting any involvement from that little bit up the top there, and pouring from there. So that's what we're going to do. We're looking for a grand total of 20 litres top up. So I said 16 here. We'll top this up and see how we go. And this just pours in. There's a little bit left in there. I might get a bit more water. Get a little bit and rinse that out. Without getting it all over me. Just so. Just don't want to put too much water in there because I've got my measurements I think pretty close to what I want. Righto. So that's our extract. And I've got to say, that was fucking easy to dealing with a tin. I was going to get a fucking gravity reading on that. I didn't. Ah, well. Unlucky. So I'm now at 17 and a third litres. So there's about 1.3 litres in there. I weighed up 1.4. I said that's with the pouch, and obviously the sugars and stuff's going to be a little bit heavier. Okay. And our sugars. And just dump these in and mix. You could possibly mix that up, in a jug, a little bit of bloody warm water, or starting your fermenter with some warm water, like you do with an extract, just to help that dissolve. But that's dissolved pretty well, no problem. That's good enough for me. Now, I'm going to base it a bit over 19 litres, so we'll just top it up to 20. Beautiful. Get this well mixed so I can take a bloody sample. The fractometer. So the instructions say it makes 20 litres at 5% ABV. So that's you know, the targeted gravity. Where's me? So obviously if you wanted a bit more or a bit less, you can adjust your actual volume in the fermenter, or you could you add a little bit extra dextrose if you wanted a bit stronger, or wanted a bit less ABV. You could add a little bit more volume. But we'll go over the instructions at the moment to see exactly how this comes up. Oh no, that gives me 10:45. So I need 38 points to get to a 5% ABV in the keg. So this would need to ferment to 1007, which it may well do. Again, I don't know what the sugar composition is and exactly where that's going to go, but that's where we're starting. Because if you bottle prime, you're going to get another half a percent. So wouldn't really matter if it did go a little bit higher, but we will see. Yeast comes with the pack. 2 bags, pack of yeast. WB06 wheat beer yeast. There's still a little bit of malt in there that hasn't dissolved completely, but I don't think it's not going to be enough to have any effect on that ABV. That's 20 degrees in there. Fucking absolutely bloody bang on perfect. So let's not fuck around. Let's get yeast in. Boom. There she goes. Simple. So that's her. Naronian's new extract kits. These are available on their website. There's been some drama about Little John having some sort of affiliation or connection with with Naronian and Chris in there. I've got no affiliation with the shop other than the fact that it's a handy shop for me to get stuff from, and I enjoy having a chat about beer with Chris when I'm there. We knocked around some fucking forts. This is the idea he come up with as a result. But I think these are fantastic. Cost-wise, $30, I think, is the price. So they're dirt cheap. You can't get a kit beer for that price. You have to get a kit tin and some malt for that price, let alone getting your yeast. And of course, you're also paying for twang. So I'm going to ferment this fella at 20 degrees. No pressure. Till it's mostly done, then I'll wind it up so I can get pressure to package, and that will be it. So 20 for probably about 5 days with no pressure, then we'll ramp the pressure up. Keg him when he's done. I'll talk about the actual ferment process once we get to a tasting video. So I'm not doing this one as a grain to glass as the other videos on the show are coming, because I wanted to get this brew day and the simplicity out there quickly. So I think there's been a few people who have been a little bit interested in this one. I said, I really hope this makes a good beer, because this is a really big, can be a really big plus, a real big positive, and possibly, you know, a great introduction into the home brew market for your basic kit brewers if this steps away from the twang, which hopefully it does. I'm still convinced that the actual extract, the liquid extract, is where the twang is. It's got nothing to do with the canning process or anything like that. So therefore, that twang's always there. This should get rid of that. But anyway, this is her. Any comments or any questions? Stick them down the bottom. I said I'll pop a link down the bottom to the brew shop, to the supplier. If you're interested, on that. Patrons of the channel, big thumbs up. Thank you guys for your support. Again, that allows me to do this, playing around with all these different methods and trying different things, like the easy extract, which is, you know, to some degree led to this idea. There's a link down the bottom if you're interested in Patreon. If you subscribe to the channel, thank you. If you aren't, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you get notified when any new videos come up. That way you don't miss anything, because there's always something going on. And if you like the video, hit the thumbs up down there, because that bloody helps me out. But anyway, for now, that's me, done. Little John, Naronian extract beer kit. Wheat beer, partial mash and dry malt. Hope it's a winner. I'll see you on tasting day in probably about a month's time. I'm going to do an early taster on this to see how it comes out early on and how it looks. So I know I'm keen to get a taste, but I know there's a few people looking for a little bit of feedback on how the taste goes. But anyway, till I see you in the next video, and we brewing beer, drinking beer, or talking beer. One of which I don't have. I'm going to have very shortly, because I'm about to sit down and do a tasting video. Till I see you next time, good brewing.